So one of the biggest questions I get asked is in relation to, is Amazon still worth it? And especially now in 2025, it feels like there's lots of other things you can do, other ways that you can make money online. And, is it still a viable option? Well, the truth is it depends. And it depends because if you're still taking advice from people who set up courses and programs which were launched years and years ago, and these people were selling on Amazon years ago themselves, maybe for like 6 months, and then they gave up. So if you're still following tactics, techniques, strategies from 5-6 years ago, it's probably not going to work. The market, the landscape changes, it moves every sort of 6 months, 12 months, and that doesn't mean that your business has to change or your products have to change. Just the way that you market them, the way that you bring your opportunity to life, that's what is actually important here. Loads and loads of different things around that, and that's where people are actually getting ahead nowadays. And I've seen it firsthand. People saying it's too hard, blah blah blah, they can't make it work. Well, it's just because you're not doing the right thing. When I look at some of the students who've been in my program, been successful, and just transition from wholesale or arbitrage into PL, and they're making thousands of pounds a month, it's because they're doing the right things. They're doing things now that people weren't doing 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago. And that's where there's a stat out there that something like 70% or 80% of the revenue on Amazon from third-party sellers is from people who've joined the platform in the last 2 or 3 years. And again, it's that change. If you don't keep up with it, you'll get left behind. And there's not many sellers like myself who've been on Amazon for the last 10 or 12 years now. We're actually quite few and far between, but those of us that are still selling are the ones who've adapted, changed, kept up with regulation changes, and continue to do so to build that long-term business. So if you're prepared to do that, absolutely, it's still viable. The proof is in the pudding. We've got loads of people who've done this, been successful, and gone through it. So it depends. Are you willing to change and keep up with it?